Hello, welcome to Market Analysis channel. On this chart, I will be analyzing Space ID. Space ID is one of the new projects that is in the crypto market about the space, and it's showing a sign of support, which has started a few rally from about 3 prior bars. Let me get into this analysis in detail. When Space ID was launched and introduced to the exchange, Space ID has several periods of sideways trading. And when you see a pattern like this in a newly introduced coin, it's telling you that the professional traders are accumulating the coin, they are buying heavily, and once they are through with their buying, the price will skyrocket upward. And that's exactly what happened on Space ID. When it finally break out of this sideways trading, it has 5 sections of upward movement, and that's a very great percentage increase on Space ID with a substantial volume. Then it hit a resistance. While Space ID hit the resistance, the seller pushed back a little bit to the 21-day exponential moving average. While you look at the price as it was correcting towards the 21-day exponential moving average, you can see that the volume of trade was less. It's not as much as the volume of buying when the price was rising. That's telling us that we have more buyers on Space ID than sellers. Then it couldn't hold around this particular support zone, that's the 21-day exponential moving average. The price finally find its way and break below it. It came hard towards its prior support zone. When it now gets to this support zone, the buyers come in and they stop the downward correction. As the buyers are stopping the downward correction, the price continues to range and it trades tight in between buyers and sellers for several sections. One beautiful thing about what happened on this particular sideways market was that when you look at the volume underneath the chart, the volume are well below the average volume, and that's a very good indication that while it was in sideways, the volume between the buyers and seller dried up, and it's also on support zone, which is the home of the sellers, which is the floor of the buyers. And once the buyers just pushing a little bit effort, the rally will continue. It will send the price of Space ID upward. When you look at the chart now, you can see we have 3 upward closed bar, these 3 blue bar, and the present bar is still in red. That is still fluctuating until it's closed before we finally see its own direction. Now we have a price that has closed above the 21-day exponential moving average. That is telling us that the buyers are getting traction. They are getting a rally bit by bit and gradually, and that is very much okay. This has now indicate our entry as the rally has started, and our focus is now when the price finally rise above the 50-day average line. And if we finally rise above this line, it's now a very beautiful thing, because our next target point will now be the resistance zone. And if Space ID now finally get to the resistance zone and break above it, we will now be focusing on the rally resumption, because we know the uptrend has finally resumed and Space ID will continue its upward trend. If you are not holding Space ID, this is the best time to buy Space ID, because it's trading around its prior support zone. It's not going down anymore. It's like it's at bottom, and this is a beautiful period to invest in Space ID, because any moment from here, if the coin finally gets its feet on ground, it will rally up, and if it finally break above the resistance zone, its uptrend will resume upward. Space ID has dropped and it has now found a floor, which is fine, and it's now showing a rally for about 3 sections now, and this rally is a very good indication that the downside has hopefully bounced Space ID towards upward, which is the resistance zone. If this analysis really helped you, subscribe to my channel. If you want more crypto analysis and you have any question, like the video, paste the question in the comment section. I'll see you in the next analysis. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.